All in favor? I got a thumbs up, so. All right, at 9:03, let's call to order the City of Denison Main Street Inc. Board meeting. We have a quorum with 6 out of the 10 members here today. Are there any public comments? None at all. All right, let's receive a report, hold discussion, and take action on approval of the minutes from the November Main Street meeting, Main Street Inc. Board meeting. You'll find those on the back page of your agenda.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Those minutes are approved. And at 9:04, let's adjourn the Main Street Inc. Board meeting. And at 9:04, let's call to order the City of Denison Main Street Advisory Board meeting. I assume there's no public comments for this one either? All right. Receive a report, hold discussion, and take action on the approval of the minutes from the Main Street Advisory Board meeting from November 20th. You'll find those on pages 3 through 7 of your packet.
Motion to approve the minutes.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Those minutes are approved. On to 3B, we'll receive report, hold discussion, and take action on the approval of the 2026 meeting dates for the Main Street Advisory Board. And you'll find those on page 8 of your packet. All those will be the fourth Thursday of the month, except for November and December.
I make a motion we approve.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, the schedule is approved for 2026. And let's receive a report, hold discussion, and review the components of the Main Street America's annual self-assessment. I think we'll find those items on our screen or the QR code.
Yes, a QR code that you can complete the assessment. You have a little bit of time to do it, but let's see, Rebecca, Wendy, and Mitch have already done it. Has anybody else? Zach?
While eating a donut.
Ooh, multitasking. So we need all board members to complete that so we can, it's part of our process for accreditation through the National Main Street to see how we think we're doing, and then the state evaluates us to see how they think we're doing, if they agree with us, and then it's sent to national for our accreditation. So please complete that, or Sam will bother you.
All right. Then on to special project reports. First up is music friendly.
We've continued to plan the Rhythm and Rails concert. We've sent out the forms for the interest forms if you're wanting to join the festival. We've gotten some awesome people that have responded, like the George Tavern and Ivanhoe Ale Works, as well as the Depot. So I'm going to start making individual appearances to all of them just to make sure we get everyone represented. Other than that, we're working tomorrow. Dawn and I are heading to McKinney to meet about a lot of the bigger programs in Texas have been doing a version of healthcare for musicians that don't have health insurance. And then normally it's kind of like a package that they kind of tailor to musicians. So we're meeting with McKinney. Dallas just implemented one, so we're meeting with their director as well as someone in McKinney to get some ideas and kind of what they do for that. So we'll be in McKinney tomorrow to do that. That should cover music friendly right now, I think.
We'll need some help, Rebecca and Kat, on getting the word out once we get our program. But, you know, this is the very beginning stages. And then Rhythm and Rails, we had a few respond to it. I think Rebecca, Kat, and Shonda, and Lucas. Okay. So,
Did I
thank
not
you.
respond?
Not yesterday. Well, we checked yesterday.
As of yesterday, I only had 4 responses. So.
Okay, was that an email?
Yes, it was an email about the food for the annual awards and a venues if you wanted to do something. And you didn't have to say exactly what you're going to do, just you'd be interested in,
I'll do that.
yeah.
I will verbally respond now. And I will officially respond.
Are you okay?
Is that it for
Yeah,
music
yeah.
friendly? All right. On to TERS number 3 and the D3 project.
So it's been tough having the sidewalks open but street closed. And then this last week we've had some sidewalk closures on the 400 block. So we want to be responsive. We've had a couple of requests to have a business owners meeting. Mainly to let the business owners collaborate if there's anything that they can do. You know, there's always social media twists that we can put on it. And we visited a little bit before the meeting on dates. We've decided to set a business owners meeting for Tuesday, January 6th at 6 p.m. just to let them visit with each other, ask us any questions they have about the streetscape, and you know, see if there's anything we can do to help them. The streets will be closed. The street at Fannin and Main will be closed after Christmas. So on December 29th, it'll be closed. Much like it was in stages recently. And so you can still get in the 500 block. You will just come and exit the same way. And people usually get accustomed to that and figure it out really quickly. But they were able to wait that long until they proceeded. And so they've already started behind City Hall and down to Landon Winery to the park. They've started that, and then they won't start the 400 block in the alley until they've opened the street. So the 400 block has their trees. They installed a couple in the 300 block yesterday and put some lower fences up that had been requested, but we didn't have enough, and they had to buy some, and some had to be manufactured, and they just came in this week. So that's the scoop on that. As far as the TERS, we were planning on having a TERS presentation in our January meeting so our new board members could hear about it. We could get a full year of activity in, and normally we have a TERS presentation on how it's doing. I don't see us designing this next phase before the next October. Could happen, but I think it'll be at least that long before they do. And so that means you won't see any construction on that area. Just in case people ask you, we've got to have it designed first. So it'll be, my guess is at least a year a year after phase 2 is completed in June before we see any more construction. That's just a wild guess, though. So, but you've got to have the design done, so we know that it'll be a little while.
All right, thank you for the update. Let's move on to the Ike hike. Are there any updates there?
Not any additional information from last month.
On to the Dock Holiday Festival.
There is a report in your packet on the festival. We have sponsorship forms out. We've got one sponsor, returning sponsor, Dr. Courtwright, and we've got plans to have the whole street open, and Heritage Park will not be open for the festival, but all the streets are. We anticipate the 400 block being open in plenty of time for the festival. So we'll have the parade back. And Grant handled the meeting this week, so I'll see if he has anything else.
Not too much. As we kind of talked about, just checking in on everyone. I did reach out yesterday to. We always try to include businesses that maybe aren't able to join other things. So I talked to MG Cycle Works, and they're thinking about joining the Dock Holiday Parade. So that'd be cool if they can, bring the bikes into that. We have the History and Hall coming up. We figured out what all needs to be brought for that. We have, then just getting all the graphics. So we worked with Mel, and we're going to get all the graphics for like the save the date card by the 15th. That way we have it by the first History in the Hall, so we can start passing those out. Just continuing moving on. I reached out to the petting zoo, still waiting to hear back from them, but.
You might, for our new members, give a little detail on the history in the hall.
Yeah, so the History in the Hall is something that Mel and Kurt kind of revamped with us. We had been doing it in here for we've done it in different places, the library and the council chambers, but that was something we tried to do to kind of make it more exciting, moving it around, and we called it the History in the Hall Roadshow, and that's worked really well. So basically, it's just a history piece with Dock Holiday to get people excited about Dock Holiday, but also kind of learn our history on why we have the festival. I should have brought what each date is, but we have speakers at each of them. I know Brian's leading the first one on how the streets were named in Denison. So if you know the history with Chestnut and Skiddy Street, that stuff like that. It's just really interesting, and we get really good turnout. We've had each venue we've had it at. I guess is this our third year doing the roadshow? The roadshow part of it, and it's been really well. Our business has done well. We've had it at Ivanhoe, we've had it at Say When, Horses Axe, and they've all done really well. So I think people like being able to kind of go around, and it's really good information. So you're all welcome. It's free to attend, and it'll be every third Thursday leading up to the festival.
And we're trying to do a America 250.
Yeah, as with everything, this next year, as y'all know, the America 250 celebration is this next year. So we have everything. We're kind of leaning into that. So that's including Dock Holiday. We've talked to the gunfighters or Donna has about adding that theme into it, as well as all of our events. We're going to be adding 250 to it. End report.
So why are we were so heavy on the sesquicentennial? Why are we not doing the semi-quintennial?
Because it's not as fun to say.
All right. Let's see. Let's move on to Eisenhower's birthday.
Wait, budget. You ask your question.
Oh, budget. Okay. I was like, I don't see budget on here. All right. Any updates for Eisenhower birthday?
The report is in your packet. We're going to celebrate the 70th birthday of the 80th birthday of the birthplace, and then there's also the federal highway system as well. that we're going to tie in. So kind of with America 250, the word of the day is celebrate. And so we're going to celebrate both those things.
All right, sounds good. All right, on to committee reports. First up will be Downtown Denison, Inc.
DDI, we just finished up the small town Christmas weekend. We have coming up next January, we've got the hot chocolate frolic, and we have the coffee fest at the end of January. We have the Sweetheart Sweepstakes, which is that whole 2 weeks in February 1st and the 14th. Then we come up to the Shamrock Stroll and the pub crawl and get into Easter and so forth. But those are the next items we've got coming up on the DDI agenda. Other than that, nothing else from DDI.
All right, thank you for the update.
Did we get clarification on that zombie crawl? So we have on our calendar cards that we're going to talk about in a minute, we have October 31st for the zombie crawl. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct this year.
It's a Saturday.
It is the Saturday.
I reached out to Derek yesterday just to confirm, over what they'd said on DDI over the 31st, and he said, yeah, 31st.
Okay, good.
So no will change that then.
I'll just add, as far as small town Christmas, I talked to the horse carriage rides after it was done. They said that was one of the busiest times they've ever had with the carriage rides, so it was a good day for everyone. They said every single wagon was full, like they had it full every single time, so that was really good.
Yeah, it was very busy down there in 100 block 2 this year. So.
All right, on to the Denison Area Chamber of Commerce. We just wrapped up the Christmas parade, and the staff at the chamber thinks it's an outstanding victory because it didn't have any slowdowns during. There was no backups, no bottlenecks, and so they feel victorious in that event. We also finished up the hot cocoa program or competition. I tried to take the competition out this year, not declare a winner, and the parents said, "No, I didn't know my baby won." So we announced the winners, and then of course they're gearing up for the annual gala in January, and that is it. And then of course after that's the clay shoot we'll be setting up for. So
What date is the clay shoot?
couldn't tell you.
Okay. But early in next year.
Yes, April, May.
Usually April.
Yeah. It's usually like, hey, we're gonna do this, and Doc Holiday's the next day. Some years. So, all right, on to tourism and CVB.
So right now we're in the middle of Sister Cities applications and interviews. So we had 23 students that showed interest this year, which is super exciting. But now we have to do 23 interviews this week, so it's definitely a lot. We're still planning to take 6 students, so we'll let everybody know in January if they're in the top 6. So that's where we are with Sister Cities right now. The day of the Christmas parade, we had Expedition Texas come out, and they did a Christmas episode for Denison, so they got a lot of content of Katie Depot, Red River Railroad Museum, Eisenhower Birthplace, Denison on Ice, the parade, the hot cocoa competition, downtown Denison businesses. So they said it was a lot of great content, and he was really excited that this is the most full episode that they've ever had for Christmas. That he was like, it was so much that he's like, I don't know how I can fit all of this wonderful content into a 30-minute episode, but that should be airing on TV. I think it's on our local channel. So he said sometime this weekend. I'm not for sure, but I'll let y'all know. And I'll post it on Discover Denison's Facebook when it airs. But he's also going to put it on Facebook and YouTube, so we can send that link out to everybody. But that was really exciting. I'm thrilled that we had such good participation in interviews and that he thought the episode was just awesome. So can't wait to see it. We're also working on a tourism map right now, so we're in the final draft phases where, it's just nitpicky stuff, but Mel's done a really great job, and he's got a lot of information on there, and I think it's going to be super useful for people that come to Denison. And then we're also starting the planning process of our progressive dinner on March 21st, so we're reaching out to restaurants, breweries, wineries, all of that to participate. So we'll have places for appetizers, drinks, first course, main course, desserts, stuff like that. So we're really excited to see the participation from the downtown Denison restaurants and how many registrations we'll get from that. But that's where I am right now,
Jordan, you said that progressive dinner's on the 21st?
March 21st.
Shows
It
28.
shows the 28th on the card.
We can make it the 28th. We haven't committed to. The 28th is fine.
I'm changing the zombie crawl. Because
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Thank you for noticing that.
Yeah, we haven't, it's not like we've sold tickets for it yet, so yeah, 28th works.
1 more week to do.
Yeah,
to
that's
do.
one more week to plan it. Yeah, so the progressive dinner is on March 28th, and we're very excited for it. So, any questions for tourism?
All right, well, thank you for the update.
Hey, thank you. I have to go work this door.
All right, let's move on to the promotion committee. You'll find the meeting summary on page 9 of your packet.
Sam, you did that meeting. Do you have any comments on it?
So probably the second one there, the facility use description for and policy for Heritage Park
Yeah,
seems to be.
that was a big part of what we talked about. I will say we didn't decide anything. It was just a very entry-level discussion of this is what we need to be considering. The park won't be ready until the summer of 26, so we have a lot of time. What we kind of did was look through the policies that Morris Park and other facilities that the city has, what they have under their policy. Although Heritage Park is something a little different than our other parks in the city because it is on the middle of Main Street. So you have to approach it a little bit differently than you would Forest Park or THF or something like that. So we were just kind of going through what kinds of events we would like to see in downtown. How do we handle events that are maybe recurring or might conflict with other things? Like if, say, a yoga studio wants to have a Saturday morning class every weekend, we have a holiday on a Saturday, that wouldn't obviously work. But that kind of thing. So they're very entry-level discussions of what we want to see that park used for.
Did it have a policy before the remodel?
It did. I think it was a little bit old though. It was very similar to like Forest Park and stuff. So
It's very relaxed.
yeah.
And I think there's some things that and informal. And so I think there's some things that we really don't want to see in our new park, like maybe weddings or things that are private in nature. We want to see a lot of public use, and so we need to figure out what that looks like and then bring it before the board.
We'll also have things like the sound system that we didn't have before in the park, so it's working through stuff like that too. Just making sure we know we're going to get the questions to use everything in the park, so just making sure we have a standard in place before it opens.
Because that sound system, it'll be kind of like the SNAP Center. You'll have to have a staff member present, and so we don't need to wear our staff out. They can do things in the park, but they're going to have to bring their own sound system. So it's just things like that.
Let's move on to the Economic Vitality Committee.
There's a great deal of movement in our downtown. Just yesterday, Grant realized that the Texoma Medical Supply down by Watson's is closing, and so that, along with Sparrow's Gallery and Night Furniture and Zigzag Galleries, have closed. We do have the Bowles Pizza and Subs that is supposed to open anytime, probably next week. So that's exciting. And got a lot of people looking, so we mainly just went over that.
When is the new golf place opening? With your building?
I don't have a date for them. Oh, that's okay. 2 months.
2 months? Oh, okay, good.
I know they wanted to open as soon as they can.
All right. On to the Design Committee.
I think I was the one that actually did that one. One thing we kind of started new this year is doing kind of drive arounds. Just driving the district and looking for as many issues as we possibly find. I use that word loosely, but just so that we, as far as the design of our town, making sure it looks good, making sure like the alleys are clean, making sure, if there's an area of downtown it needs to focus on, just making sure we have a Great American Main Street award-winning downtown. We've also talked about we've kind of been loose. It's been great that we've been able to paint so many dumpsters this last year, but we've been a little loose on kind of the criteria and everything for that. So we talked about ways to kind of start putting those applications out earlier and really vetting through those options that we have and making sure they're on theme and look good for our downtown. Do you want me to talk about this last one? Yeah. But so, anyways, we're looking forward to next year. We've done some of the drive arounds just kind of loosely. We've talked about doing once a quarter now, and we're still kind of deciding whether that means we just kind of go through a section of the downtown or the whole downtown as a whole. But yeah.
Our dumpsters in the 100 block need to be painted. They're not like the rest of y'all. Ours are boring.
I didn't hear you. What?
I said our dumpsters are just regular dumpsters down there in the 100.
Okay. Yeah.
They're too boring. We need to be nice.
Well, and we want to get them all painted, and then also some of the first ones have kind of, or some of the even recent ones, just if paint's faded, making sure they're touched up and looking good. But
All right. And on to Organization Committee.
that's the last one.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the annual meeting. So, Sam, have you talked to Lucas about the contract?
Briefly, we emailed once about it.
Okay.
We have broached the subject.
Okay, we're on the schedule though, Lucas, right? Okay. Thanks to Kat for their sponsorship and the depot. So that will be on February 26th. It's our awards, and again, we're going to use Celebrate as the theme and really celebrate the Great American Main Street Award, how the businesses contributed to that, and then the Best Texas Downtown Award. And so it's just a celebration. Within the next couple of weeks, probably, we will have the awards nominations going live. So we'll send out a survey to the businesses and ask them to nominate any recipients that they see, like for Best New Business, Window Display. And shout out to Bubba Thompson, who has been doing some nighttime window display photos on social media. And I don't know if you've shared those or not, but they're spectacular. And so our businesses do a great job with the window displays. And thanks to Bubba for showcasing them. We sent out the survey, I guess you would say, on Downtown Bites to see who would participate in that. Sam, who did we have? Devil Deck?
I don't think they've responded yet. I think we can just hope that they.
Oh, okay.
We had, sorry, I'm looking at it. I remember we had Denison Dolge, right? Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Denison Dolge, Emily's Kitchen, and Jimmy John's are the three that have responded so far.
So even I think if we had to stop with those, we could, have a good variety, and but hopefully more will participate, especially after Christmas. I think when they've had time to take a break and check their email, but we'll do more marketing of it. Interest forms are due 12/19. That's tomorrow. Yeah. And then we're going to finalize the businesses that are going to be participating at the January 6th meeting of the organization committee.
All right, and on to the director's report.
Okay. Sam put a nice calendar card at everybody's station, I think. Yeah. Of course, Mel designed these, and these will be our 2026 cards. We have the corresponding downtown directory that we are finalizing now. We got this is what the cover looks like. So we've just got to put the numbers on the map. We made some changes on the map. So you'll see a bunch of yellow on that. That's the parking spots. So we just made them bolder and brighter. We have kind of take it for granted, we've got 2720 parking spots that are free, and somebody from out of town is impressed by that. So we've tried to highlight that, as well as some other things. Sam, do you know of any specific things we need to mention that he added?
Not really. The only thing I can think of is I really like how we did the Heritage Park thing. I'll have to show them, but you can see the round design in the street. I thought that was really great, but other than that, I'm not sure I have anything else to add to that.
So it's customized a little bit more than usual. We're running out of room. So there's some businesses on our periphery that were included before I started, and I've not taken them off yet. I think we're going to have to take them off and have just our downtown district in there for room, or maybe do a different style because we've got so many businesses. And then I've got to find my page. This is a coffee table book for the National Trust for Historic Preservation, which started the Main Street movement. And so, time out. On page 47, you'll see a nice picture of Denison, Texas. This page bottom.
That is awesome.
That's so great. Yeah.
Try to figure out why John Wayne's on there.
He visited once. He was friends with Doc. Yeah.
So I'll leave it open so y'all can look at it. But it was just impressive to me that we were included, and there's a lot of things like that that we're included in now because they've got a great collection of our pictures, and so we can get recognition for our downtown. Yes. I needed some reminders. Before I forget it, I'm going to be taking off most of next week and the following week, vacation, before I lose it. So on Monday, Senator Hagenboo came and recognized us. Thank you, Zach, for coming. You snuck out. But yeah, he recognized us for our Great American Main Street win, and we'll be getting another recognition for our Best Texas Downtown at the Economic Development Summit. So y'all be sure and accept your invitation to the Economic Development Summit. And let's see.
Also on Monday night, I don't want to speak for Jordan, but we also became, through the governor's office, we became a recognized tourism-friendly city, so another friendly thing checked off on our boxes. One of the key missing components was having a visitor center, so now that we have that, that was when she was able to start that process, and so now we're a national or a state-recognized tourism-friendly city.
So if it's recognition and certification, we probably got it. They've done a good job of accumulating that. She is sponsoring, I guess. Tourism is getting a new website, and that means that we're kind of a parent-child. We're the kid. And so we'll have a new website, probably, they said August, yeah. So we started the meetings. There have been 2, but it's mostly just, okay, well, here's what it's going to look like. And then we'll start in January.
Yeah.
So we'll all have, hopefully it'll make, especially Grant's job, easier, but it'll be better for the public. You know, we've wanted for quite some time more of a citywide accumulation of events instead of them having to go to several different calendars, and this will offer that possibility.
Yeah, one thing that's awesome, like she said, it'll be a parent-child relationship, so our websites will be very in sync with each other, look similar, have the same a synced calendar, which will be great for highlighting all of y'all's events. I don't want to misspeak, but I'm pretty sure y'all will be able to have a login for your specific business posting on that site. So we're always happy if you want to email us, we can update whatever you need to. But if you want to go in there and change your phone number or your info about your business or whatever, that's something that y'all should be able to do too. So that should be exciting.
And then finally, Zach called and invited our new board members. So these guys will be joining you in January, and everybody here stays, right? Yeah, so these guys will all stay, and we've got 1, 2, 3 seats up there. So Melissa Poza is Mom Queen Boutique, and Spencer McDuffie is MKT Realty, and then Hunter with Let Us Indulge. And so we're really glad to have them join us. And we'll try to do, in January, we'll try to do orientation type information, but we're really glad that you could join us today to get a feel. And y'all are welcome to stay and ask any questions and visit with the current members.
will say today was kind of an informative, information-only meeting, more informative than having discussions. But most of the time, the items for individual consideration have more discussion built into them. So, where we kind of help steer the city and some of their decision-making on what affects us. All right, is that it for your report? All right. So then at 9:43, let's adjourn the Main Street Advisory Board meeting.